guess I will call,
Well,
this-
how come all the clocks are wrong?
I'm not sure, but we're gonna call this meeting
Yeah.
to order. It's officially 2 o'clock by the clock in this room, and so that's the one we will be operating under today. This is a meeting of the Board of Trustees of Weatherford College. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. This is a called meeting. It is approximately 2 p.m. We're in the Allen Strain Community Room of the Doss Student Center located at 225 College Park Drive, Weatherford, Parker County, Texas, to consider and act on the posted agenda. Number 1 on the agenda is call to order, and I will call us to order. We do have a quorum, and the next item, the next topic under item 1 is the invocation, which I will give if you will bow your heads. Almighty God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this college. Thank you for its personnel and all that they do to keep this college operating efficiently and as well as it does. Enable us to meet today using clear minds. Help us to hear and understand what we discuss. Lead us to good decisions for those we represent. Protect us in these difficult days and times. Amen. Now then, if we'll stand, I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Number 2 on the agenda is open forum for individuals not on the agenda. I see that we have no one here to participate in that, so we will move to number 3 on the agenda. Consideration, possible action, ratification for recent actions of College President Farmer regarding protective measures for the community, students, and employees of Weatherford College during national COVID-19 situation. President Farmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman and members of the Weatherford College Board of Trustees, as president of Weatherford College, I recently took the unprecedented actions as a result of the global COVID-19 threat of ordering the immediate closure of all campuses within the Weatherford College system on the Friday prior to spring break. Further, ordered the instruction to be moved online for the duration of the semester and for faculty members to teach remotely, authorizing only critical functions to have a physical presence on the Weatherford College campus. Additionally, we have begun the voluntary move out of Coyote Village. Many residents moved out yesterday. They are moving out as we speak. We also have helped facilitate the return of the vast majority of international students to their homelands. As it currently stands, we have 2 international students remaining. One is on her way out today, and the other student is unable currently to acquire transportation back to his homeland due to travel restrictions that are in place prohibiting that travel. So we will continue to work with them. At this time, I would like you to consider ratifying these unprecedented actions that I have taken as president since our last meeting for the protection of our students, our employees, and our stakeholders throughout the community.
All right. Any discussion or comments on what this topic is?
Is everybody out of the dorm except that one international student?
We currently have 3 students residing in the dorms. We've vacated all but 3. However, there are 24 other students that have requested to continue residing in Coyote Village. At this point, the move out is voluntary, and we are contacting those 24 and asking them to reconsider for their own public safety concerns However, at this time, it does remain a voluntary process of the move out. We've put isolation measures in place. We've established rooms so that if any of our students that remain in the dorms start showing symptoms of illness, that they are further isolated than they already are. We have closed our cafeteria.
That was my next question. Are we providing food service?
We are providing food service. There are box lunches that are being delivered to Coyote Village in the commons area in the kitchen, and they are being served in a staggered format, recognizing social distancing practices as recommended by CDC.
Okay, any other questions? Yeah, anyone? Okay. Yeah, point of order. Are we going to have a motion on number 3 and then have number 4? Is that, or did you want 3 and 4 together?
We can do it either way, sir.
Have you reported as fully as you want to on number 4?
Number 4, I can move to that. I
No,
have.
we're going to go ahead then and deal with number 3. Based on the report by the president concerning the actions taken by the college at his direction, and based on what the board has heard, is there a motion that just a second here. Is there a motion to approve and ratify the actions previously taken by the college at Dr. Farmer's direction and authorize Dr. Farmer to take such further actions as he deems necessary and proper to continue all possible educational activity and to protect Weatherford College students, faculty, and staff, as well as the public, and the position of the college to safely resume its normal functions as early as possible, at the earliest possible date? Is there such a motion?
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's approved. Number 4.
Thank you, Mr. President. At issue primarily in number 4 are further actions necessary in the authorization of the board to me as president to act contrary to our current housing policy. Our current policy authorizes prorated refunds of meals, but not housing. And given the unique nature of the COVID-19 crisis, we believe that it would be both reasonable and prudent to offer our residence hall students a prorated out-of-pocket refund as detailed on the attachment that you've been provided in your packets. And when I say prorated out-of-pocket, what I mean by that is the prorated fund would be only the days remaining in the semester, and by the term out-of-pocket, meaning that those who paid out of their own pocket or had parents or family members pay, they would be refunded a prorated amount. Those who were provided scholarship funds that paid, now those scholarship dollars that they never contributed individually, those would be retained by the foundation or the college or whatever the body was that offered the scholarship for future scholarships. So it would be a case-by-case consideration based upon the method of payment. Again, this is contrary to our current policy. Current policy dictates prorated refund for meals but not housing, and I'm requesting specific authorization to make an exception to that policy during this unique period and offer prorated refunds on housing as well as meals. And should there be any other actions associated to ensure the safety of our students, team, and community members should this COVID-19 crisis worsen.
Any questions or comments by that? All right.
Okay for me.
Bear with me because I'm going to do this in a little bit different fashion. Is there a motion to authorize the actions deemed necessary as we've outlined in our prior item and motion in number 3 by the college president to protect the health and safety of the community, students, and employees of Weatherford College, to facilitate remote delivery of educational services to students and remote work by faculty and administrative staff. And in addition, as outlined on Exhibit A, that I'm going to put into the record, concerning a prorated refund of housing and meal plans to utilize the guidelines that I read in just a moment to determine refund rates. Students checking out during the scheduled designated times, March 23rd through March 26th, to receive the full housing and meal plan refund of $1,200 based on prorated dates. Students moving out between April 1 and April 7th will receive a prorated amount for housing and meals based on the specific date they check out, with a move date out of no later than May 7th. Also, students moving out after April 7th would not receive a refund for their housing or meal plan. Also, students who receive funds from outside agencies to cover expenses will be determined on a case-by-case basis, and giving Dr. Farmer that power as expressed in Exhibit A that I've just read. Is there a motion to that, for that?
I so move. I got it.
I say.
Is this clear, that what I've just read
Yes,
into the record?
yes.
Okay.
Clear to me.
All in favor of number 4 and is Exhibit A that I will put into the record, say aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Here's the Exhibit A. Okay, we'll move along now. I apologize for being a little bit disjointed in that, because it's, want to make sure we get everything in there in these motions and considerations that are needed. Number 5 on the agenda is consideration, possible actions, authorization of electronic process to accomplish evaluation of the college president within 60 days. Mr. Curley.
Yes, sir. As we have discussed in the past, that it is important that we do an evaluation for our president, and that under the current circumstances, an ongoing series of meetings like this is probably not advised. And I would like for you to approve a process that would exchange information between each of you and me in connection with your evaluation. I'll take that and make sure that it gets tabulated so that the results is presented to you in its accumulated form, so that we will have a record of an evaluation. The issue of the criteria going forward by which he will be judged will also be addressed in those exchanges. So if that's okay with you, then we'll set that in motion and do it by remote control, if you please, and so we don't have to have these meetings. I would anticipate that in the near future that these face-to-face meetings of the board is probably not going to be advisable, and we need to improvise. And we probably also, in our closed session, need to discuss the frequency with which we have board meetings for the foreseeable future. So,
Okay.
okay.
Any questions?
Yes, explain more mechanically. For the Music and Arts Foundation, we use Zoom Cloud to do that. I don't know if this, and North Texas that uses that, and University uses that with their, and I'm just wondering what we.
The rules for having electronic meetings of the board are fraught, because you have to have availability for dial-in and for dialogue with the public at large. It can be done, but it is cumbersome, and it would be easy to not get through all the wickets. So what I would think is that if we do it the way I've suggested, we don't have to have a meeting, don't have to worry about quorums. It works much like the other evaluations we do here at the school, and that is that each individual in a group will report up their evaluation of their supervisor, and the supervisor will, report down. So we can do that among ourselves, I think, and accomplish what we need to accomplish and not violate any open meeting rules.
So you're not really talking about an interactive thing, you're talking about a report.
Yes, sir, I'm talking about I will send you a
Yeah.
form,
Yeah, they just,
and we'll deal with that form by email until we get it, we want it.
Any questions?
So we have the form that we've used before.
Yes, we,
Yeah.
But not for his, I think we
No.
need to do it differently and separately, so we need to
Yes.
do that.
Okay.
and so that's under consideration.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And anybody still fuzzy on what we're talking about? Because this is something that we need to continue doing because, you know, regardless of the circumstances for the different crisis issues that come up, in my opinion. So, okay,
So it'd be impossible to adjust this on the fly if we needed to. If we needed to tweak it one way or the other of this.
Yeah, yes.
We'll learn as
Yes.
okay, great.
okay. The motion would be in consideration, and this has to do with number 5 on the agenda, posted agenda. In consideration of the present medical emergency, talking about the COVID-19 medical emergency that we're all involved in, the board has determined to develop the objectives the board desires the college president to have and to pursue going forward from this date. And the evaluation of the president will be done through electronic exchanges between the board members and the Weatherford College General Counsel. Is there such a motion?
I so moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's approved. All right. Number 6, we're now going to go into closed session, just about to close this open session. And the posted agenda has to do with consulting concerning Government Code 551-071, deliberate real property, Government Code 551-072, deliberate personnel matters in accordance with Government Code 551-072. So at this point, we'll call the open session to a halt, and we will assemble and begin the closed session in about 2 minutes. We're adjourned. It's now 10 minutes until 3, and we are back in open session. Moving to agenda item number 7, consideration possible action, real property. There are no actions need to be taken concerning number 7. Number 8, consideration possible action, personnel matters, same thing, no action needed. So we're now at number 9, adjourn. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I so moved.
All in favor?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mac.